Yeah, was one afternoon, I think about 2 weeks ago, or a week ago. I think about 2 weeks ago. I was just sitting at home. Mm. The kids, my kids were having a siesta. And I said to myself, let me look for some documentary on Netflix and watch, to while away time. So I was doing that and I came upon a documentary called Seaspiracy. It's more of an expose of commercial fishing. I was watching the thing. I was like, Charlie, like everything I knew about fishing, commercial fishing was a lie. They are just raping the sea from shore to shore. They're already done with Asia. Asia has nothing in these seas right now. They are done with Europe, and then now they are off to Africa in the shores of West Africa. Unfortunately, that is where the country that I'm very concerned about is located, Ghana. So I watched after watching this documentary, the first thing came to my house, the first thing that came to my mind was like, I'm sure Ghana is definitely a victim because it involves bribing, it involves a lot of money, and when it comes to things like that, Ghana is always a victim. And just watching this, and I was thinking about myself like when this year Ghana was this year, I think around a month or two ago, they were trying, like, the president kind of brought all the ministers he wanted them to to head their departments, and they took them to parliament, to interview them and see whether they were fit for purpose. And the minister for fisheries, yeah, but she she was interviewed and she didn't even know what commercial fishing was. Like, she had no clue, and yet she was approved. You know, Ghana, a lot of briberies, I'm sure, went around, and now she's the minister of fisheries. So this evening, my wife went upstairs to go pray, and I'm downstairs, and I took my phone out of boredom and I was just flipping through, and then behold, dolphins and all type of fishes have been washed ashore in Axim Ghana and a lot of other seashores in Ghana. Like plenty of them, fish and dolphins and all that. And I remember after I watched that documentary, I actually went on Google and typed, I think, what did I type? I think I typed commercial fishing problems in Ghana. And there was a term that came up. I think it was called Siako or something like that. It was a very, very nicely written um, um, article in a journal by some lady from, I think, Australia or something, about how, like, commercial fishing is going on in Ghana, and since like 2000, I think that was written like 2019, and nothing is being done about it. And she was scared that that is going to be a huge problem in our seas. And I'm like, this actually sounds like a problem that will happen in Ghana. So I've been bringing my mind back up to the minister, the minister they selected, highly incompetent. You know, now there's proof today that commercial fishing, illegal commercial fishing, is going on in Ghana, on our shores. I'm sure, like the documentary said, they're going to blame it on oil rigs. They're going to blame it on all sorts of things but commercial farming. And now, whoever is the lady in charge of this is the most incompetent person. I mean, you should go and watch their YouTube videos of of the vetting. You should go and watch her response. She could, it's crazy. I mean, this is a big problem for West Africa. The corruption is just a very ripe place at this point in time for these sort of illegal commercial fishing because ministers will take bribe. There's no question. The EP of Ghana, this is the time for them to show us, the Environmental Protection Agency of Ghana. This is the time for us to show us that they can really do their jobs. No excuses. This has to stop. It's very, very sad. I'm so sad. Like I was watching this, and big countries like France and the Philippines and all couldn't handle it. And I was just praying that Charlie, this thing will not happen in Ghana because if it does, first of all, they're gonna make a whole mess out of it. If there's any money involved, 100% sure they're going to take it and let it go. I'm sure that there are some people in the ministries who knew about this, and now they're going to find something else to blame. As usual, you know, when things happen, nobody want to take responsibility and solve the problem. They're just going to dance around the problem, and they are going to blame someone else or something else that they know we cannot do anything about. You know, it's very sad. I just saw this tonight, or just on my way to bed, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I feared this was going to happen, and it has. I don't have any trust in this minister that she is going to solve this problem. She doesn't even know what commercial fishing is. Jesus Christ. What a test for her. I mean, maybe she can prove me wrong, you know. I pray that she proves me wrong. Because, Charlie, if you get the time, go on Netflix, and you have Netflix. Go on Netflix and search for Seaspiracy and watch it. And you understand this problem. It's been happening all over. And this are the signs that the problems is happening. Like dead fishes will be washed offshore. What they do is that there's a particular fish they're looking for. Okay, they catch that fish. They use a wide net to sweep the whole seabed, bring it up, take the fish they need, and the rest they throw it back dead in the seas. So they throw them back dead, and then they'll be washed up onto the shores. That's what they do. You know, everything under the sea. So when they do that, in a few years they'll kill the ecosystem under the sea. You know, and the evidence is there right now. We know that it's happening. Now they can't lie about it. We've seen the dead fishes and dolphins. They actually go after dolphins and sharks because dolphins and sharks eat fishes that they want. So they will intentionally kill them so that the population of dolphins and fish around that area is not going to be a lot to be feeding on the fish they want. And these guys, they are not from Africa. They are from Europe or somewhere in Asia, especially Japan. And then they go around and do all these things and bribe their way through. According to the documentary, they said it was about, I don't remember exactly, you know, forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's about a 40 billion a year or something more than that industry. And you know, our politicians, they will take anything, you know, money. That's all they want, greed. And I'm so sad. When I heard this story, it just went because of the documentary I watched, the little research I did before, and the incidents of the fisheries minister. I think her name was Hawa Yakubu. Her interview to show how incompetent and how she had no idea about the department she was going to head. And all that put together, like it's a nice recipe for disaster. So I'm so sad that, like, I don't know. I hope she proves me wrong. But it's not going to happen. You know, I should even have a hope in that. And this, she's not going to prove me wrong. She's absolutely going to make it. make a mess out of it, and probably blame someone, blame the past president or something like that. That's what they do. It's a shame. It's so I don't know. If you can hear from my voice, I cannot even put myself together. This is terrible, terrible, and I hope Ghanaians, will see what's happening and will kind of put some pressure on the government to do something immediately. People can be arrested. I mean, Liberia, in the documentary, little Liberia, was putting in a lot of effort to prevent this because they know of the problem. And Jesus Christ, I hope, I hope this lady proves me wrong. I hope the president proves me wrong. I hope Ghana proves me wrong and get this problem solved right now. Whoever has taken bribes, please, if you can give it back, give it back. If you can't, for the first time, you know, you might have to support Ghana on this, you know. So this is a rush um, film that I'm making on this, and I hope this problem is solved. I hope next time we talk about this, we're talking about the good things that we are. Please don't go and blame the oil rig. Don't go and blame overfishing from our little fisher folks. You force them. I was going to do a video about this like about a week ago, about a week late, and unfortunately, this has happened. So that's forced me to do this. Maybe I'll find a time. And for people who are not going to get a chance to watch the documentary, I'll watch the documentary, get more info, and then I'll do a very thorough film video about it and put it up here. Hopefully, this lady, hopefully Ghana shows up, and hopefully we do something that is gonna help generations upon generations after us, because we've seen the evidence. It's a disaster. We've seen the evidence that is happening. We might be a little too late, but not too late to stop them. You know, and this is a situation to show us that we should take our politicians should take things serious, to take us serious, and we should take them serious. I mean, we cannot just, I'm just gonna end it here, and let's see what happens.